Well, first and foremost, in Ontario, we don't care where somebody comes from. What we care about is what they can inspire in terms of innovation, in terms of what they can bring to our society, and what we can do to help them be successful as well. In Ontario today, we have probably the most diverse jurisdiction in the world. More than half of the people in Ontario are from outside of Canada. And what they brought with them is an incredible amount of knowledge of other countries, of cultures, of how to do business in other parts of the world. Our diversity in Ontario is a distinct competitive advantage. We've begun to take advantage of that. I think we'd like to take even more advantage of that because it is something that I think is a great competitive advantage. It's helped keep our population growing. Well, I think there is a role for government to stimulate growth and help assist small business startups. In Ontario, we haven't set up a small business bank, but we do have a number of business supports that we provide. We're doing our very best to reduce regulatory burden on businesses, in particular small businesses. We're sitting down with our small business community. I sit down personally at a table just like this with our small business community on a regular basis now as we look at government regulation and ways we can make it easier for small businesses, because they have a tougher time with regulation than bigger businesses. They can't hire a person just to work their way through, navigate through government programs. In Canada and Ontario, we have a Liberal government provincially and a PC government federally, so we're opposites in terms of politics. I have pledged with my federal colleagues that we will not let politics get in the way of job creation and building trade relationships and building on innovation because they're not partisan issues. And if we can work together to create jobs, we're all going to benefit. So we have a very good working relationship in Ontario with the federal government. Every jurisdiction probably has different approaches, and some are common. We're looking at that in depth. Right now, Ontario, in terms of business supports, contributes about $2 to $2.5 billion a year in various levels of business supports, and some of it's tax credits and tax expenditures. A lot of it is direct support to encourage investment and projects and things like that. We're taking a good look at that now to ensure that we're getting full value for those investments. So we've set up what we call a Jobs and Prosperity Council. Our Premier, myself, and some of the best minds in Ontario's business community now are sitting around a table trying to prioritize where best to place these public investments. In today's economy, a company that's not innovative to its very core, from the shop floor up to the CEO's office, is not going to be sustainable in today's fast-moving economy. Same for economies worldwide. Ontario's economy has to have at its core innovation if it's going to continue to grow. We set out on an innovation agenda about 8 years ago. This was before the global recession hit. So we had a bit of a head start. And we had doubled the amount of investment we made in research. We encouraged post-secondary institutions to partner extensively with the private sector and government to foster that culture of innovation.